Let's
Yeah.
talk a little All-Star. What did you think about the All-Star game,
Mm.
Bell? What do you think about the new format overall, how the weekend went?
So it's funny. So I was on a flight coming back home and I was watching it and I'm like, well, this is fun. And I'm not the guy. I know I sound salty a lot of times, but I'm not. I'm one of those. If you're gonna try something good, it hasn't been working, good. I'm all for new formats. I'm all for it for experimentation. Like I'm not the back in my day, because in the 90s, everybody they didn't play for 3 quarters. They ramped it up in the fourth quarter, right? It's always just been a soft all-star game, but it's always as you get older. Well, back in my day, I ain't that guy. So I was looking forward to it. I'm okay, cool. I like the international flavor against the US. I like that part. I like the young guys going against the old guys. It was cool. And I'm liking it. I'm entertained, right? Especially what Kawhi did and what he did right away with the attitude. I'm like, this is cool. All right, good. And then I checked Twitter and oh my God, it was the worst thing ever. Then I realized, why am I checking Twitter?
Yeah.
Like I've been really, really good about staying off of Twitter, but I wanted to see what some of the reaction was to this. It's like, this is the worst thing ever. I'm like, oh my God. And then as the games progress, oh, this is a great idea. Like, this reminds me, don't check social media. But I had fun. I liked it. It was good. And I had no problem with Luka playing those 5 minutes because he wasn't running. He wasn't going anywhere. If the Lakers would have had a game that day, he would have been playing. So the effort is not going to be there in All-Star. I have no problem with it. And it's also a showcase to show people around the world, hey, I'm here. When else is he going to be able to court with Joker and Wemby and stuff like that? So it was cool to see. I mean, I had no problem with it. And then again, I know people are like, the ratings is. You know who cares about the ratings? People that work in ratings. The fans don't. Right? Yep. They're like, oh, the attendance was down because it's a corporate event. Like my friends who are lukewarm basketball people, I mean, they only know the Lakers, maybe, who work in the business, who work for agencies and stuff like that. They were going to this. And when they're going, that's what I know I don't belong there.
You know,
right?
yeah. It would have been fun to be at watching like that first game, but we saw this coming, frankly. Like this is the beauty of Wemby, Beto and Wally. Like this dude is about his business and he's about competition and he's about getting better every single minute. When you talk about Westbrook every second, he kind of has that psychology going in the 7'5" wingspan, 7'5" body, and him being willing to play hard. And this is why I wish Joker and Luka would have been healthy, because he needed help, dude. He's relying on Cat. He's relying on Cat to miss closeouts.
And Shea. Can't forget about Shea. That was a big hole for them.
Correct. Like we wanted to see the actual international world. Like this has been years in the build of USA basketball throwing down. I mean, here it is, USA basketball throwing down on an Olympic stage or a FIBA world stage. And this was their chance to kind of stick it a little bit. And I think Wemby did single-handedly, but man, I wish he had a little more help. Besides Cat and Jamal Murray,
Anthony Edwards gave him credit for that,
dude.
Going back to him,
and that's who he fired up was Ant. That was beautiful. And when you talked about Ant and KD liking that, you must have loved that trash talk that Ant and KD had in the playoffs, and then also this in the All-Star game.
All that stuff. I mean, nobody's ever going to play 100% hard for 48 minutes on All-Star. It's a freaking All-Star game,
or even a regular season game.
Just give me a little bit of effort. That'd be good. And then like everybody wants to say, oh, they weren't here. Like tickets were like $900. That's one thing where
were they really? That's ridiculous. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's where NBA really messes up, because you don't have the real fans there.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to get that. Like I give the Clippers credit for that wall section. They put their season ticket holders.
That's cool.
Who had been really, really loud this year, because they measure how loud you are. Yep. And they gave those people tickets, and that's cool. Those were the ones that were going after Wemby. They were going after Luka, and Luka's going right back at them. That was cool. But the rest of the building is just people that work at agency, corporate sponsorship. It's like the Super Bowl and the World Series. Like you don't have the real fans there.
There was a reason.
I like the format.
There's a reason.
I thought that the one thing that I would tweak, I think they should keep it this way: that you have the internationals, you have the U.S. vets, and you have the U.S. young stars. They should have played the vets in the first game so that they didn't have to play potentially three straight games. Because that was the letdown, was that last game. It was a fait accompli at the beginning. Jackson Hayes, I really I tip my cap to him.
At least he did it. At least he did it. Yeah.
Correct.
Man, like I can only imagine the kind of
he didn't knock himself
out. You think, Beto, don't you think he was trying to do that dunk that what do you do that in Philly between the legs? Right, and he just kind of just wasn't able to put it together. That was a real shame. We have one more
because
what were you gonna say?
I was into it because Carter Bryant for the Spurs.
Yeah,
I've known him since he was in 8th grade. So he's
right. Cool.
Yeah. So he used to train with my son. I know his dad, Deshaun, great guy, and Carter is just one of the nicest kids. So when he did it, I was like, heck yeah! So we're cheering for. I wish he would have got that last dunk and win it.
Yeah,
he got the only 50.
Yeah, but then a kid like that, this goes back to my rant about the Lakers and the lack of drafting and the lack of recruiting guys. Is Carter was like the 13th pick out of Arizona. He's a project. Like they've sent him down to the G League and he's back up. He's doing great. But that's the kind of kid where you cannot miss on. This is where the Lakers have had those issues with Hood Schifino and Connect, stuff like that. Like you're missing out. This is where Rob is, back to your guys' point. These are the cards I got. It's like I deal with. Where OKC is like, hey, here's a Lou Dort. Here's this. Because they cannot afford to miss. And the Lakers have been like, eh.
So you think?
Well, that's why I'm hoping that the new ownership, and we've talked about it. I know it's going to need to take a couple of years to really fully flush out, but like all that stuff, scouting department, analytics, training, I'm really hoping that's going to be something that's going to be helping them. Before we exit the B-ball study holiday, though, Beto, we want to get your thoughts about the tanking conversation that's going on right now. You got Commissioner Adam Silver talking about. I mean, is this something that could be solved?
Talk about it.
What do you
think?
You're
laughing
because it's funny because everybody has found a way to kind of maneuver the system, and
incentivized losing. I mean, you're incentivized, right? Yeah.
I mean, for many, many years at Spectrum, I was doing Lakers draft potential shows. Hey, if you get this ping pong ball, who are you going with?
4 straight years of that.
Ball. Yeah, those were rough summers. It was like summer league basketball and potential lottery picks. Who would they be? We broke it down. I was like, I think one of the names that I remember saying, it was Jason Tatum. I'm like, there's no way he's going to be with the Lakers. He's going here. And they're like, Lonzo Ball. I was like, why Lonzo Ball? I didn't like him at UCLA. I didn't like the size. But the Lakers, how many years were they in the lottery? And they screwed that up.
Yeah.
4 straight years.
Yeah. So I get the Lonzo Ball.
They didn't screw it up, though, Beto, on a few of them. Julius Randle, the 7th pick. They definitely screwed up D'Lo. That's for sure. Brandon Ingram, pretty solid, the 2nd pick.
But my point about screwing it up is you have guys, again, Randle, Ingram, cool. But Ingram was traded for AD. No problem with it, right?
Yeah.
That's great. Lonzo Ball would have been, if they had taken Tatum, he still would have been gone, right? So those what you do. That's why you get it right. You cannot afford to mess up. My point about them messing it up is you see it and they weren't developing their guys. Because what if AD wouldn't have been available?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Randall wasn't developing with the Lakers. Ingram wasn't developing with the Lakers. They were there. They didn't become who they were until after. Right? Whereas OKC, San Antonio get their guys and they're, hey, we're going to lose, but you're going to play and you're going to develop. That's what it is. That's what the Lakers in those years were trying to be good, but they were trying to develop. It was like, you can't have either or. So I have no problem with the teams tanking because they're doing what they got to do. They are working the system. This is where the commissioner and the rest of the league has to figure out a way to make sure that this doesn't happen anymore. And if I'm Utah, bro, I don't care if you're going to find me. What's $100,000 to a dude worth $5
million? That's nothing. That's nothing.
Sacramento today, Sabonis is shut down for the rest of the season with a surgery. I think.
Okay.
So,
surgery. I don't think is tanking.
Well, surgery. But what I'm saying is like it wasn't brought out until today. Like that's going to be the next way to I think circumvent these little petty fines. But I think I would push back a little bit. Beto is like the Kobe wake of retirement was kind of funky for those baby Lakers in development. And the difference with OKC is like Shea is sitting there. OKC was tanking. They can say whatever they want. Shea sat out games healthy. They didn't know they had an MVP maybe, but they knew they had something there. Yes. And hitting on that trade and getting all those assets. And you're right, it's front office. It's luck though too sometimes, right? Like BI was a good prospect. Julius Randle was a good prospect. Zoe, you might not like him. I loved him at UCLA. I thought his vision was great. I was excited to see him play. Did I think he'd be a true number one? Probably not. But like there was hope there. But that's the component of what you guys have there is. LeBron was the reason that AD came, right? You could shift all those baby Lakers for AD.
For all the LeBron haters out there.
Correct. And then AD now has been shifted to Luka. So you've used those assets to bring in now a top 5 talent.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Correct.
Right now, what assets get you Giannis?
Well, Giannis is true serum of what is going on that guy's neurons is what gets you Giannis. I don't know, man. What does he want? What does Giannis want?
But let's not forget what Giannis. It's if you're the
Luka
Bucks,
gets you Giannis.
If you're the Bucks, you want everything, right?
Picks and young guys. Yeah.
What do the Lakers have?
Nothing.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, correct. Yeah.
That's why this summer.
The only way he comes here is if it's like an Anthony Davis deal where he says,
"All
I'm going to do is go to the Lakers. Figure out how you can get the best deal out of them. I'm not going anywhere else, because that would discourage other teams from bringing in a disgruntled guy. I don't think that's going to happen, though.
He's a mental enigma, though, Wally. Like, supposedly he said he wanted the Knicks, right? But then he did not say that. So who knows with that guy? I mean, like, teams have been the Heat have been lining up for 5 years to get Giannis, to try and get these assets together, and then it comes down to what does he really want. But we are going to see something interesting, I think, with the salary cap and everybody getting flexed a little bit, and how these contracts actually work. This offseason is going to be wildly interesting. One thing I'd go back to a little bit, it was pretty cool to see Kawhi put up 31 points or whatever in 12 minutes. Like, that dude looked like the best he has looked. And you're talking about the wall kind of shouting down on him. Is there any pathway for Kawhi coming over to your purple and gold? Is there any pathway there? No. And would you want that? You sure? You sure about that? You sure about that?
It's a matter of time with him, man. If he can be on the court, he's incredible.
Correct.
But give me a break, man. The guy's just always breaking down, and honestly, like, Brett will recall this. He held the Lakers captive during that free agency. They were holding all their cards. And then he gets PG-13 to come over, and of course that's what leads to these Thunder. No. I'm cool on him. He's on the other side.
Against it. Your principle is against it.
The other side. It's the other side. It's, look, you're dealing with lack of health with the Lakers. Last thing you need is a Kawhi.
Sure,
that's right.
So you want Herb Jones. You want some athletic wings that can defend, and maybe some bigs in a perfect world. Are you willing to shop?
Everybody does.
And that's the problem, right? They don't grow on trees, and that's the most valuable contract out there. I mean, like, that's the toughest thing to get in house. You don't want to speculate, so I won't push you too hard. But, like, Reeves is your piece to go get some of that capital, if so you wish. I mean, unfortunately, like, that's the challenge.
Why would anybody trade for Austin Reeves when he doesn't want to be there?
Where does he want to be? Does he want to be in LA?
Okay. He does.
Does everybody want to be at home then? Does nobody want to ship except for James Harden? He's happy to go. He's the only guy.
Well, here's the thing. Reeves, remember, he was a undrafted player who chose to go to the Lakers.
Yep. And he's worked his tail off.
He's worked his tail off. He's going to get paid. He has a great setup, great organization, loved. And again, I know
he likes Luka.
I know I sound like I'm the guy, the LA homer or anything like that, but
you're good.
It's it's still an organization. It might be dysfunctional right now, but it's still an organization that makes you huge. He has a huge shoe deal in Asia. He joined a country club here in Southern California. He can get paid here. It's perfect for him, where he's a star, but he's not a superstar.
Exactly.
If he's a little Arkansas guy that's found a home.
Yeah. It's
tries as best as he can to play defense, but he's not adding to your defensive identity if you're trying to hide Luka. I mean, that's the problem. That's a little bit of the problem.
They're going to have to figure it out. Yeah, the point Beto made, though, is true. He's not going to make more money off the court anywhere else than he will here.
Does he care about? I mean,
Los Angeles.
He might be a guy where I'd question his money, the draw. I mean, like, the motivation factor for all these guys is interesting and nuanced. Is it money? Is it fame? Is it winning? Like, each guy has a different thing. Yeah, or none of it. Maybe
for a lot of these guys, it's not the money. That sounds so stupid to say, but it's not the money. It's the respect factor of, this is the contract you're giving me because you feel like that's what I'm worth. You're showing me this. It just so happens that that's the going rate for me right now. That's where, like LeBron, could he take a pay cut next year? Absolutely. Should he? Absolutely. Does he have to? No, because he's still worth that to somebody. And it's it's Reyes is going to get paid. This is going to be his generational. I mean, he's already rich.
He took a generational contract. He took less than his value on his last contract. I mean, that's why he's there, right? And nobody, like, the Spurs didn't offer on him, right? Wasn't that the problem? Like, so the Lakers didn't have to match. So he is one of the best valued contracts today. Would you agree?
Absolutely. For sure. At the rate right now, yeah, he bet on himself this season. He could have signed an extension, but he didn't bet on himself. He's going to get paid. But I have no problem with any of these guys getting paid that much money, because, again, when you see the sausage is made, I am never going to be on the side of a billionaire. Like, these corporations have money all over the place. Like,
Luka gives you a chance. I mean, in the big picture, going forward, Luka gives you a chance. You've got a dude that can win playoff games, and Wally's going to hate it, but if he's hitting 4 of those threes fading away in the fourth quarter and get you a W,
hey man, if he's hitting them, I'm okay.
But
make sure you're hitting them.
But the problem is, you are now having to go through OKC, the Spurs, and Joker still is playing for the Nuggets, and Ant's playing good up with the Timberwolves too.
Well, Dill, are you a Luka guy or not?
Go ahead. Come on now. You've been waiting to do this. He's a conspiracy theorist. So let's go. Let it out.
I think I love his game, and you can't fault the dude who since age 14 has been a prodigy, I suppose. Those will be the positives. The negatives I would say is how much do you want to whine to the ref, not play defense, and lose for your team? And that's the frustrating thing. He's a little bit the Giannis, whether he wants to get traded or not thing, is equally frustrating to the enigma of what Luka could be if he is bought in and plays the right way. That being said, like he can win. He can win the league. He's shown that. So if I think you Lakers are lucky to have him. That's what I truly think.
For sure.
That is the fleece heard around the world. A closed market trade in the middle of the night should not have happened. Period. But it did. And then 1.75% chance that Coop goes to Dallas. You tell me, like those things I'll just forever be perplexed by, but it happened. And so you've got a player. But if your goal is to win championships in LA, I'd say it's 50-50 if that dude brings you a title or not. I don't know. I don't know in the next 10 years if he brings you a title. I don't know.
It's a great problem to have because if this season would still be LeBron and AD.
Oh man, you'd be in limbo. You'd be dead. You'd be in limbo.
And it's what is coming up? Where are we going to go? How do we get a superstar here? So
you were rescued
to the left.
Yeah, you were rescued.
Begging to try to get somebody.
100%. Yep.
And
I mean, the fact is, I would rather have Luka than Giannis at this point. He's aged out and he's injured. So, like, who are the dudes you put in front of Luka? It's Wemby and it's Shea and it's Joker. Is that it?
At that age, 26.
So you guys are in a good spot, but the salary cap is funky. It's tighter. And who are the wings, defenders, and bigs that are going to play in LA for less money to compete against the Spurs and OKC? I mean, that's the challenge.
Where on the postgame, Walrus will hear me say this, where like people are, oh, what about this guy? What about that guy? I'm like, what makes you think that guy wants to come here? Like, what makes you think guys to just we're the Lakers. So like,
do you want to play? Would you want to play with Luka?
If I'm a role player, yeah. If I'm a legit star,
yeah,
I'd have my hesitations.
I think that's a fair answer. Yeah.
Like,
so you need to target role players. That's who Plinken needs to put his leather jacket on and go after role players. But no moves.
This is his thing, Beto.
No moves at trade deadline. It's pretty wild. I mean,
it was.
You got a lefty shooter that can't play defense. That helps, I guess.
The moves at the trade deadline or lack thereof. It's as you keep talking about the money. Follow the money.
You don't have it.
That and it's money that's going to be off the books this summer. Everything is shaping up for this summer to make a big run, and holy smokes, you better not miss. That is so. This is where I've covered the Dodgers when Guggenheim took over, and the way that Mark Walters and his crew operates. And I think I told you, Walters, right?
You did.
To look at what Guggenheim does when they take over businesses. I gave Walters homework right here, and it was the way because
Did he pass.
We'll see.
Because
work
in progress.
It is Guggenheim. Yes, they own the Dodgers. Yes, they own the Lakers now. But for them, sports is just a blip in their portfolio.
Sure.
They own so many businesses around the world.
And they're successful.
Yes. Every single one of them. They don't miss. So Mark Walter is the guy in charge of that. Like he bought an extra Malibu home just because, right? So they don't miss, and everybody that is involved with them, the Guggenheim Group, just Google the Guggenheim Group and all the guys who got together to start it, right? Walter is a small Midwest guy. Like he's from, I think, Wisconsin, if I'm not mistaken.
But he's my flesh and blood.
Yeah, he's a Midwest guy, small town, and then I think he was a lawyer, then worked his way up to the hedge funds. Anyways, but all those guys that got together to make Guggenheim are super uber business smart. And they're looking at a team like the Dodgers, a commodity that can make them money. Winning, of course, makes you money. But what do they do when they take over a business? And this is what I've been told over the years is they go, they buy, and they sit back.
Yep. The Shohei contract says that. And it paid. And it paid out.
Yep. But that was the long play too. So what they do is they buy, they sit back. They don't get rid of people. They don't come over and corporate takeover. They don't do that. It's, okay, we bought you guys. Show me what you're worth. Show me your value. What do we have? And if you're good, all right, cool. You do your job. If you're not, you see the writing on the wall. You're like, this place isn't for me. They're not coming in and slashing things that they're getting rid of departments. No, it's okay. Hey, you're the department creative chair. Cool. What do you need? What resources do you need? And that's where the Laker move is going to be, where they're going to give a guy like Pelinka. And remember, it's been said that Genie's going to be there for a few years.
Yeah, 5 years.
Genie's there. Pelinka's going to be there, right? The Rambas are going to be there. Her people are going to be there. So she cleaned out the family side, cleaned out the brothers. They all got paid off. Yeah. But here's the business side. All right, Pelinka's going to be there. And Guggenheim's going to be like, hey, you've been running this organization for how many years? Cool. Show us what you got now.
Yep.
Now you have to show to them, not Genie. So he cannot afford to miss this summer. And if they tell him, hey, Rob, or Rob comes to them, like, hey, we're going to go over the cap. We're going to go over the apron. I need your guys' support to pay some of his taxes. Nope. Say, okay, cool. No problem. We can pay that. Is it worth it?
Mm-hmm.
Is it worth it?
His first swing to this test is Luke Kennard. That's the first swing. It's the only thing he could get.
No, his first swing is this summer, like Beto's saying.
I'm talking about the
offseason. The shackles are off.
It's the offseason because Luke Kennard's not going to be here next year. He's not going to be here. So it's the offseason. What are you doing? And he has to show us what they do. So I've always tell people, when you guys want to see how the Dodgers operate, it's not Andrew Freeman, their president, stuff like that. Look at their roster. Go to the Dodgers website and look at, it'll say like front office. And if you can see it, underneath it is just, you keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. It'll have business operations, and then it says something like quants. And it'll say like director of analytics. It'll say something analytics, something analytics, and
just resources. Just
all the resources.
There's no cap on that.
Yep.
Here's what they do. They'll have the director, like the big boss. You can click on it and you'll see their bio. Everybody underneath that person, that's staff, that's a quant, it just has their name. No hyperlink on them. You don't know who these people are. They keep it a secret, and they give them so much resource, so much analysis. And this is where they're going to be good in a couple of years, because they now have the resources and the support staff. It's no longer like, hey, I like this guy in Slovenia. Okay, cool. We're going to go see Slovenia. We're going to send 4 people to watch him now.
To not miss on that D'Lo pick that you were citing earlier. So
instead of like, my gut tells me, forget your gut. Like, we're going to break it down who this person is. Like, that's where the Lakers are going to be fantastic in a couple of years when Guggenheim really takes over.
It's interesting because Presti doesn't have those kind of numbers, and he hasn't missed, as much.
No. But here's what Presti has. He has the support, and he has those analytic guys that are there for him. Let's just say Presti has 10 guys. The Lakers will have 30.
Yeah.
Right. That's
strength in numbers.
Yeah. So I keep telling people, like, when people are like, okay, well, Pelinka's gone. Look around the young GMs in the league that are running teams on a shoestring budget. Those are the guys you want to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
Like Mitch Johnson, the coach of the San Antonio Spurs, came up as a video guy. Right. Diego was coaching their G League team. That way that they're going to go and find guys like
if you've won with less, you're gonna do excellent with more.
Like Andrew Freeman, like you were about to say about it.
There's this is wild speculation. Don't aggregate me here on this one. But
that's what we're all about, is aggregation here on the PPS.
No, but look at the kids, and I say kids because they're in their 30s, that are running an organization that's in the 7-8 spot that are kind of clinging, and you're like, how did this happen? Like, who's running Charlotte right now? Who's running Memphis? Who's running like Utah? Denny is a bad example, but like those kind of organizations that have a young kid who has them competing, but they don't have enough. Like, remember Memphis? They got rid of John Morant. Like, the hell's going on here?
Charlotte's a good.
They should have gotten rid of John Morant. But Triple J.
Yeah, they got rid of Triple J. They got rid of Dylan Brooks. So that was a team that was in the playoffs.
Yeah,
and then they blow it up to go get picks. So if you're having an organization that knows how to do that, maybe that's where you want to look for those kind of supporters. Again, this is just wild speculation, but I've always been fascinated on those teams like in Indianapolis. How do they get built? The Pacers, how do they get work? And then they figure things out. Like, those are the kind of things that those kind of names you should pay attention to if the Lakers ever do make a move.
It's so multifaceted too, right? Because you're talking front office, you're talking excellent coaching, but the other piece is like humble, amazing leadership. It's Tyrese Halliburton for the Pacers. It's Shea for OKC. Con Knipple draft pick that you're seeing this change happen with the Hornets and more for that team. And that goes back to the question with Luke and the Lakers, I guess, is like, there's a reason the Warriors had low drama with Steph, even with Draymond on the team, right? Because you had excellent leadership. There's a reason Timmy D was successful with the Spurs in a small market. So, front office coaching, but also like, who is your superstar and where is he going to lead you?
Well, that's something that Michael Thompson always tells me when I talk to him about the pregame show. Like, okay, yeah, the Lakers had Magic, Kareem, Worthy. They had stars, but then they had the
You had great role players. You had excellent
AC Green,
Byron Scott,
the ACs, the Kurt Rambis, the Byron Scotts. And that's why they won championships, because they had that depth and everybody knew their role. You let the superstars be superstars. Like Kareem, as aloof as he was as a player, dude, you're going to feed him. You're going to take care of him. You know what's going on. But they've always had those kind of things. Like the Bulls in the 90s, right? Steve Kerr was a big role for them. B.J. Armstrong kind of guy, right? And those Celtics teams not too long ago, you're like, what the hell? Who are these guys? And like, you know your stars, but when I remember I was being there in 2008 when the Lakers lost to the Celtics, it was Paul Pierce, Garnett, right? And who was the shooter? Ray Allen.
Right.
And then you're looking around, you're like, oh, damn, they have a bunch of dogs on this bench.
Big Baby Davis there.
Even Brian Scalabrine coming in and doing something, right? Like that was just who they were. And Rondo wasn't even Rondo at that time.
Correct.
Right? You got to have that. And that's where the Lakers don't have that. They haven't had that. And it sucks because I like Maxi Kleber. I like Jake LaRavia. Nice guys, but they're not going to give you that oomph that you need. Like LaRavia every now and then will give you a nice game, and then it's an 0 for 8. Maxi Kleber been playing better.
Yeah.
But Marcus Smart has an 0 for 9 game. It's just, they're so erratic, and that's the problem this season.
You want to see consistency with your old guys. I get it.
So Beto, as you know, I am a father as well as Dylan. So unfortunately, we're going to have to cut it short. We could talk to you all day, but really, man, we want to thank you so much for jumping on Hoop to Holler today with us. We're so appreciative that such a seasoned professional like yourself was willing to join us in the B-Ball study hall.
Cool insight. Yep,
amazing, man. And we look forward to talking with you.
I will do this anytime you guys want. It's like you got my number, just anytime you want, man. So I
appreciate that, man.
Because you guys are fun to talk to, and you're hardcore fans, and you're all about it.